My name is John Como, and I'm here to talk about beer. Now, I know we're all here for one reason. What is a better. Sorry. I've had a few beers, sorry. What is better between beer and marijuana? We'll never know. Well, we do know, but we'll never know for sure, technically, which one is better. I personally believe that marijuana is slightly on the better region of things other than beer. You know, even though beer is a plant, or not a plant, but it was made from the byproducts of plants, weed is also like very natural. It's, excuse me, weed is very natural. Weed comes in many different varieties, many different flavors, many different potencies. It's just a great thing all around. You can get any type of weed for anything that you need here, basically. But with the alcohol, it comes in only very specific varieties, such as flavor. You don't get other strains of alcohol. Sometimes you'll get the occasional spoofy environment from it, But alcohol just makes you one certain way. The good thing about alcohol, though, with it making you feel that one certain way, you do enjoy the way that it makes you feel. Alcohol makes you feel a spectacular way, but weed can make you feel many different things, and it's a very hard thing for you guys to decide. It's a very hard thing for me to decide. I have no idea. Um, I'm preferably a beer and weed man. I smoke weed on a daily basis. I drink beer on a daily basis. I probably drink beer a little bit less than I drink or smoke weed. And yeah, it's just a good thing all around. There have been studies shown that weed has a medical benefits to it, just like alcohol has some mental benefits. And I'm not. I don't mean to air quote that like it's not true. Alcohol does have mental benefits. It's been scientifically proven that alcohol does have mental benefits to you and your life, but it has just as many negative effects as it has benefits, which is why I'm leaning a little more to the weed side, just so everyone sees that I got the mental effects, the mental benefits, just like I got the mental or no, sorry, I have the mental benefits, and I shouldn't have gotten drunk before this video. That's the perfect logicalness of it, but in all facts, weed does help you out more than alcohol because it doesn't provide those negative effects along with the positive effects. It only provides positive effects, and that's what cannabis users want among the weed community. Even with hippies, even with police officers, even with normal civilians, military, anybody you want to include in this scenario, they all prove that weed, or sorry, not prove, but they all distinguish themselves as leaning towards more cannabis and less towards alcohol. Which begs the question, should alcohol be outlawed in this country? I know I just said that right after a sip, but it's it's a really good drink. I personally feel like, and who knows, it might be worth outlawing at some point. Alcohol does affect every organ in your body, or almost every organ in your body, just like meth, just like heroin, just like, you know, stuff like that. It's no good for you. But people do enjoy their meth and heroin. And I don't personally do meth or heroin. Well, a little bit of background on me. I am a bit of a heroin addict, technically, but I do not use heroin anymore, which is why I'm not like a heroin user, but I am a heroin addict. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, that could be a bit of an issue in our society. The fact that people want to integrate the sort of cannabis being just as bad as heroin or meth thing, it's super hurtful in a way. It's also unproductive. It's you know, it it's almost like they're trying to put us against each other over nothing. You see what I'm saying, right? Like, there's no fucking reason. They're just trying to be bums about it. They're just trying to get us against each other so we'll have another fucking reason to cause a mass disruption like the Boston Tea Party or, you know, well, that's a bit of a retro reference, but you know what I'm saying. I just don't believe in the American government as much as, like, well, a little bit more than when Bush was president, but not really anymore. I'm sorry. This is a lot to go on. I know this conversation just started about drugs, but it's about much more than drugs at this point. I hope you're on acid if you're watching. I hope you're on acid or you're on shrooms or alcohol or something. Because if you aren't, this conversation won't make much sense. Anyways, that was the boring part. I'm gonna get on with my thing. So, weed, alcohol, which is better? Obviously, weed is the answer. Weed is the better option. If you want to be healthy, if you want to sleep good, if you want to eat good, if you want to be awake when you need to be awake, if you want to have a schedule, if you want to feel like you are worth this planet, then you need to smoke weed. There's no doubt about it. There's no reason that you shouldn't be able to feel like you need to smoke weed. If anyone is making you feel like you can't smoke weed, quit, stop, reassess, break up with them, do whatever you need to get them out of your life. Because I personally believe that if you aren't at your freedom to smoke weed, then you are being deprived of basic human rights in America. It's that's as far as I can fucking see it. If you don't believe that and you're still being deprived of your human rights, such as smoking weed, then I'm sorry. I've done as much as I can, but this is a real problem in America these days. This is a real situation that we need to get under control so our people can be free. We already have beer legalized. But that begs the question, how did beer get legalized before marijuana? Marijuana has been on this planet way long before beer has. You know? It's a plant. You don't need to do anything to that plant. It's just a plant. But with this plant, as you know, as beer is, you have to do stuff to that plant. Like kill it. And, well, what you have to do with weed anyways. But you have to kill it. You have to ferment it. You have to, you have to make sure that no growths get on it. You have to make sure that the yeast has set in. There's just so many different things with marijuana, and all of it's natural, but it's still something that wouldn't naturally happen unless you had just stumbled upon it in nature, you know? Which is cool, you know, you just stumble upon something, you get drunk for the first time. Yeah, it's a great part of nature. I fuck with it. But you looked up this video for a reason. You wanted to know how bad is alcohol and how bad is marijuana. Well, as a marijuana and alcohol user, I want to tell you that neither is that bad. But if we were going for one of them, and we wanted to make one just illegal and off the face of the earth, I would choose alcohol, because alcohol is not as good as weed. Alcohol makes me feel worse than weed. Alcohol doesn't provide the medical and mental, physical, emotional benefits that I get from smoking. You know, maybe it'll mask my pain for a little bit. Like, okay, let's take the people who are really suffering, for instance, cancer patients, people with let me try a different one. Patients with fibromyalgia, cancer patients, people with, stuff that, like those painful diseases that fuck with you, gingivitis, people with that, let them, smoke and feel good. They couldn't do that with weed. They would just drink and drink, and more teeth would fall out, or more fucking skin would fall off their body, Which sometimes happens with weed, but sometimes the stress relief is just as good as the medication, which has been proven scientifically. If you want to look it up, it's been in Aristotle. It's been proven with Aristotle's journals. It's been proven in Michelangelo's, which is one of the Renaissance artists who painted the Fifth Chapel, if you didn't know. It's proven within Leonardo da Vinci's journals. Like, they all studied marijuana, and it has been hidden from the U.S. government, which is another thing I want to get into. Maybe that's another video, though, to get into the U.S. government. Yeah, if you want to see something about the U.S. government, you can look up another video. Type in U.S. government. I promise you that'll be my another video. And we'll talk about it, alright? Good shit. Good talk. If you want to see more of this, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and, hopefully this will go somewhere. Hopefully y'all will send me enough money to make more videos. I'm joking, but for real, if y'all want to see this all the time, y'all gotta send me money. But if y'all only want to see it on my free time, y'all can just do whatever, I'm a straight up person. Anyways, see you next time if you're real. Peace out.